Welcome to RotoWire TV. Chris Liss here with Jeff Erickson, senior editor of RotoWire.com. Great to have you here, Jeff.
Good to be here.
All right, so let's get right into this. Okay, we're doing Survivor for week one.
Right.
And as I've said before, this is the most stressful part of my job. I write the Survivor column. It's, not only do I have 6 Survivor entries myself, and of course I don't want to spend the money and be out week one, but I would hate to have all those trolls and those very insensitive readers rip me a new one because I lost everybody their money in week one. So
you got that fragile ego. I know it's tough, but it's just like feather soft, but that's okay.
A little too thin skin for this gig.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's get right to it. Let's talk about some of these teams. So I think there's really 5, viable games, and I'm not talking about the insane people who take, an underdog or a pick 'em or a 2-point favorite in week one. That's just insane. Yeah, you'll get lucky once in a while, but those people are not winning your pool. Just guaranteed, they're dead money. There's 5 games you could conceivably take, 3 of which to me are really viable. Let's start in the 5th best in my opinion.
Okay.
And you can maybe you disagree, but that's the Eagles going to Cleveland. And Cleveland is kind of a okay defense and a team that is really kind of offensively is kind of a mess. Yeah. And the Eagles have a dynamic team on both sides of the ball. I mean, obviously you know about Michael Vick and the receivers and LaShawn McCoy, and the defense is pretty aggressive also.
It's the dream team, though. I mean, they can't lose. Actually, I think this is the good year to buy into them. Everyone's kind of mocking them from what happened last year. This is where Asamoah actually gets put one-on-one against the best guy, wide receiver. I think actually it's probably likely that they're going to fulfill their their expectations this year. That said, Michael Vick has bruised ribs. He's going to wear a special flak jacket. It is at Cleveland. I think Cleveland's defense is decent too. I like DeQuell Jackson. I think that it's going to be a closer game. I'm going to bet against bet against Philly to cover the spread. I don't like picking a Survivor team where I'm betting against them to cover. It just seems like
your window is very small.
Very small. I mean, what's the point? I mean, I think there are better options out there.
I want you to win, but only by a couple points. Right. All right. The 4th best team that I have here is the Lions hosting the Rams. Now, the Rams were a doormat the last few years, but new coach. Defense looks like it's been strengthened and healthier this year. I don't trust the line. I don't trust Matt Stafford.
Okay, I can appreciate that. I don't trust their defense. I mean, Matt Flynn just threw another touchdown pass, and he's not even on the Packers anymore.
He's not even starting in the NFL right now.
Right, exactly. So, and again, this is another one where I'm going to bet against this team to cover. Why would I bet them in Survivor?
The 3rd best team, in my opinion, and I think this is a pretty decent choice, is the Bears. I know they're playing Andrew Luck, who looked good in the preseason, but the Colts don't have a lot of good skill players around him.
Right.
Their defense is soft, and I think the Bears are pretty stout on both sides of the ball.
I agree with you. I was thinking about this one earlier. At first, I didn't like it, but Andrew Luck, first start on the road. We're going to see a theme here. Rookie quarterbacks on the road. They really set it up pretty well here. In fact, there are 5 rookie quarterbacks starting this week. So rare. Only one of them is starting at home. I think the Bears are probably my 3rd choice too. We talked about this earlier that they could be a lot of people are going to take them as their first choice, but there's just a little tinge there about, is their defense good enough? Are they really going to shut down the Colts? Probably. They're probably going to make life rough for Luck. So yeah, I'd be comfortable taking that.
That's my number 2. They're your number 3.
Yeah, my number 3, your number 2.
Your number 2 is?
The New Orleans Saints at home against the Washington Redskins. Again, Robert Griffin III making his first start. With a lot of expectations for the Redskins to be better, but at the same time, the Saints in the Superdome, I'm going to trust that. I think that I feel comfortable that they're going to win. They may not blow them out, but I feel pretty comfortable that they're going to win. The only caveat here is, we're taping, good 10 days before the game. Hurricane Isaac's going, wreaking havoc in New Orleans right now. Cross our fingers. Hopefully they'll be able to play that game there.
Right. If it's somewhere else, obviously all bets are off.
Right.
And then secondly, I just think Robert Griffin scares me a little more than those other guys. I mean, he might just be a little overhyped and he's not going to live up to it. But, the running quarterback in the dome, on the turf, could be a little bit of a problem. And Washington has a team around him. It's not the scrubbiness of the Colts. I think they're a better team. Take away the quarterbacks. I think the core players around him are better. So I'm a little more nervous about that, but I see the reasoning. And my top game, and I think it's yours also, is the Texans hosting the Ryan Tannehill-led Dolphins. This is a quarterback with considerably less polish than these other superstar rookies. I know he got drafted 8th overall, but is he ready to start an NFL game against a good defense on the road? I don't see it.
I like Joe Philbin, and I think we were talking off stage that you're impressed with him too. However, the supporting cast really isn't there. I mean, even Brian Hartline hasn't even been practicing in the preseason and training camp. So what receivers does he have to work with here? And I know it's not all about the passing game. The only caveat here is Miami's defense is actually pretty good, and I don't like picking against a good defense in Survivor. But that said, I do like Houston at home. Matt Schaub, he's got to show that he's healthy, but so far he's looked so good in the preseason. So I'm going to buy into that one.
good defense, veteran team. It's been around before.
Right.
We both like Houston for week 1. So anyway, that's going to do it. That's our Survivor segment. Thank you for watching.